Hello guys, welcome to Thermomix Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're going to continue our cafe at home series and we're making a specialty coffee today. So I'm excited to show you this awesome cashew vanilla coffee. But before we get started, two things to share with you. Firstly, today is the 31st of the month. If you are in Australia, you have been considering getting a TM6 on your bench. For $29, you can add a bowl to it, okay? So get in quick if you want that deal. And secondly, if you have a TM5, you can actually get a TM6 with a bowl set, and it saves you like, I think it's like $600. Might even be, I can't remember. Numbers not my strength. Let's not go precise on that. But if you've got a TM5 and you want the TM6, now's the time. Okay, so get in quick to do so. Let me know if you want your link. You can have the black or the white Thermomix. There's still blacks available, which is super cool. Second thing I want to ask you is a favor. Now my favor is not Thermomix related, so just hang with me a minute. And by the way, say hi if you're watching on, so that you get these videos in your newsfeed. You get the prompt to, hey, there's a new one to watch. But I have a favor. If you take some sort of vitamins, okay? Ladies, I'm talking to you, okay? Predominantly, I know there's not too many men who watch anyway. Hi to those of you who do. But I got sick back in June, July. You guys know that. And it hit me pretty well. And I haven't bounced back. I keep getting sick after sick after sick. And so I would love to know, and if you don't want to publicly share what you take, that's okay. Send me a PM. But I would love to know some recommendations because I am fed up with waking up tired and sick all the time, okay? I shouldn't be like this. I'm only 41. So if you have any recommendations on what I should be taking, please let me know, okay? I'm doing all the right things. I'm sleeping 8 hours a night and I'm exercising gently. Well, not gently. I go lift weights, but it's not, it's not huge. So it looks like I do all the right things, but obviously something's amiss. Something I'm lacking, something. So if you've got something that you've taken that it's worked to treat, no one else in my family has the issue. They bounce back perfectly fine. It's just me. I catch everything. So I'd love to know. But let's move on to this Cafe Home series. We're nearly at the end of it, to be honest. We've done most of these videos. So let's get cracking on it. I am excited to do the mini mojito cheesecakes for you in the coming days. So looking forward to that. Hello, Andrea. Lovely to have you on today. So to get ready for this recipe, I've actually made cashew nut milk. Okay, so you need cashew nut milk for this recipe. You could buy it, right? But I do like to know what's in my food. And it's really so cheap to make. Like a handful of cashews, 200 grams of cashews. I think it was 200 grams of water. Blitz that down. No, cook that off. It cooks it off. It was on Cookie Dough. It's called Cashew Milk Metric, I think it was called. If you can't find it, let me know because it is on the US platform, I think, or Canada. You cook it and then you add more water and some vanilla and you blitz it for 1 minute on blend mode, or if you've got a TM5 or 31, you'd use speed 10 and then you strain it. And I'm at the straining point now. So you can see I've got my nut milk bag, I've got my lid of my Thermomix. I don't know if you can actually see that because of my shirt. This is the lid of the Thermomix. Can you see that this is the lid with the handle? Makes a perfect funnel, okay? And then I've got a jar, a rather large jar. I haven't actually squeezed it out yet. I've just been letting it sit there. I only need 120 grams for this because it's only a 2-serve recipe. Hey, Grace. Hey, Chris. Lovely to see you guys. So I don't need a huge amount. You'll see my bowl is dirty because I didn't bother washing it out in between. Okay, so let's go through. You could, as I said, buy your favorite oat milk, almond milk, macadamia milk. By the way, if you can make your own macadamia milk, it's phenomenal. It is the closest thing to dairy milk that you'll find. It's just got that taste. You can use it for coffee and all sorts of things. My door's making a squeaky sound. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm not going to squeeze this out right now. I'm just going to let it naturally drip later on. I will use the leftover pulp to make a slice later on today. No idea what yet, but I love Cookie Dough because I'll type it into Cookie Dough and I'll probably type in almond meal and use it for that. I do like the grain-free, gluten-free bread rolls. If you are gluten-free watching on, there's a bread roll recipe, and there's actually 2 variations. There's a small batch and a large batch, and it's just a beautiful recipe to use usually almond meal, but I use anything meal, like whatever we've got. Just draining a little bit off. And now what I'm going to actually do, so I don't make a massive mess, is I'm actually going to sit it on a thermoserver lid. These thermoserver lids are fantastic, not just for the thermoserver, but they've got the ridge up. So I like to be able to put this on, and now it's just going to contain the drips for the next little while, okay? Really easy there. I do it all the time with my simmering basket when I'm lifting it off. So let's get into this recipe. If you've made this recipe, let me know. If you've got a favorite recipe you do make at home that's a little bit special, you know, like this would be something you'd go to like an organic cafe or something fancy and go order, right? And probably cost you $6.90 or $7 for. So it's lovely that in our Thermomix we can do it ourselves and it's just as special. We know what's in it. All right, 4 dates pitted. Remember to pit them. Okay, community service announcement. It's not very nice when you forget. If you don't have, like I've used Medjool, if you've got a moment and you've got dried dates, put them in some boiling water and then just strain them through your simmering basket. Okay? Okay, insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl lid. And we're going to 15 seconds blend mode. So if this is a TM5 or a 31, speed 10. That, but it's free spinning. Free spinning means that step, it's all I'm going to be able to do unless I scrape down the sides and do it again. I'm actually not that interested in scraping down the sides. I'm happy to leave that be. Okay, it's a bit like a date paste at this stage. Scrape down the sides with a spatula and add 12 ounces of brewed coffee. So we're in ounces because it's a US recipe. I thought I picked, oh no, that was the milk. The cashew milk was a metric US recipe, so they've got the option there sometimes of both metric and imperial, and that's where the milk was. But obviously this recipe is from the US as well. Don't worry about ounces, multiply by 3 out of 0. So in with my brewed coffee. Could you do with this with hot chocolate? I reckon you could. Just dissolve some hot chocolate in some boiling water so it's a liquid. And I reckon that'd be lovely. You could even do the mocha with the combination, okay? Mine's nowhere near that amount. Oh well, guess we're having it more like a date flavour. I said to hubby, could you do a double shot? Apparently a double shot is not 12 ounces. Oh well, we will live and learn next time. Okay, 4 ounces of cashew milk. See the tips. So this is where it said go make the cashew milk, okay? 4 ounces, so it's 120 grams. So it's not a huge amount, which is why I'm okay with a double shot. Otherwise, I'll be bouncing off the wall, okay? So in this goes. Mind you, it could be quite sweet now with those dates. Anyway, that's okay. As I said, you live and you learn. I do like sweet coffee. All right, 4.4. Cashew butter. Now, I don't have cashew butter. You could make it yourself, but I really don't want to. No. So, but what I do have, and what I know makes drinks really quite creamy, is actually coconut oil solidified. So, your coconut oil, yeah? So this time of year where it's solidified, it's only 30 grams. I'm just going to put in 30 grams of coconut oil, and that will do the same thing, all right? It'll actually give it that lusciousness, okay? Strangely enough, for the warm weather we're having where I am at the moment, my coconut oil is still solid. It's not that solid that I have to break it up with a knife, which is what happens in winter, but it's certainly quite solid still. I'm starting to find the spoons that have been lost in there from the last few years of this. We've got a big tub. So, okay, vanilla extract. Now, another community service announcement. If you want to make vanilla for Christmas, you're getting very close to not being able to, okay? So, vanilla for Christmas, vodka, all right, or flavorless alcohol. You know what? One year I just used all the leftovers. My sister-in-law went overseas and we ended up with a whole lot of random things. There was like gins and we're not big alcohol drinkers at all. So I actually just put, even there was like a butterscotch snap or something. And so we just put vanilla beans in it and then put it in the cupboard. And it does take a couple of months. That's why I'm saying, you might have missed the cutoff for Christmas. However, you could always gift somebody a small bottle of it with one bean sitting in it and just say ready as of February. So usually I'd say 2, 3, 4 months in a cupboard would be perfect. So we are leaving it a bit late. It is now like 5 weeks till Christmas. Whew. But you could do it. You could just have small bottles, put in the vodka, put in the vanilla bean, and just put instructions on it saying this is going to be perfect come February. Okay. So I've done that here. I've just actually, I recycle a bottle. So this is just a fancy bottle. It's not the same contents anymore. Far North Queensland rum, apparently. It would just have cheap vodka in it and then the beans, okay? So it just goes in the pantry. Occasionally I will top up the vodka and add another vanilla bean in. And then when I've had enough, or maybe I'm going to change bottles, I've got a fancier bottle, I'll take all the beans out and I'll actually blitz them into paste. Okay, so I'll use them then in that next batch of vanilla paste, which you guys have seen me make so many times. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Little tip for the teaspoon, tablespoon confusion sometimes that our particularly young people have. Tell them to always look at the second letter. Disregard the T, disregard the P, middle letter, tablespoon, B for big. Yeah? S for teaspoon, S for small. Okay, TS, TB. S for small, B for big. Really easy. So if you've got kids or grandkids that have that confusion, I spoke to someone about their chicken recipe they made on the weekend, and they said that the daughter put in 3 tablespoons rather than 3 teaspoons to thicken the sauce, and it's set. This is the way around that, okay? Get them to look at the second letter only. So there you go. All right, I want the lid. Let's finish this recipe. So this recipe finishes with 175 Fahrenheit, which must be, it's approximately half, and my maths ain't great, I'm going to say about 85 degrees. And it's got the warm-up mode. So warm-up mode will continue to circle this through until it reaches temperature. It's perfect in winter. If you've got leftover soup, you want to heat it up, put it in, let it warm up. It's perfect for a massive batch of hot chocolate. You got friends over, you need to make 2 litres of it. Put in 2 litres, put it on warm up and say, hey, I want it to go to 80 degrees, and it will circle that in there until it gets to temperature. Not so great for things like risottos. If you put in your leftover risotto or anything that's chunky, because it moves, you can hear it moving, it will lose its texture. Not tasty. But if it's liquidy enough, then it will certainly be perfectly fine. And it's great. It's so much better than a microwave because you're getting a perfect temperature. You know exactly what it is. You can see it's already at 130 degrees. It's just going all the way around to perfect drinking temperature. Okay, then we're going to, after that, blitz it for 20 seconds. That will break those dates down a wee more. And then it's going to divide between coffee mugs. Now, one more tip. Okay, lots of tips today, but lots of tips. Last things last, get yourself a tea strainer or a sieve. What am I after? No, I can't remember. But a tea strainer, you know, like the fine mesh. And when you're filling your glasses, put the mesh in there because you've got dates in there. If you use date paste, say you had date paste for some crazy reason in your fridge from donkeys years ago, use your date paste instead and you won't have lumps because obviously theirs is completely smooth and it's got other things, but that's okay. Squeeze that in, happy days. If you've got, like I do, where I made my own date paste in the bottom of this recipe, then you're going to end up with a little bit of dates in there. Now that might not bother you. It might. If it does bother you, grab your tea strainer and strain it into your, I think it's 2 glasses, 2 coffee mugs to enjoy. So give this recipe a go, okay? Impress yourself, impress somebody else. If you want the shortcuts, I've given them to you along the way as well. You know, how you can substitute things into it. But otherwise, I hope you're enjoying this cafe style series. I hope you're getting value from these videos. I am here to support you to get the most out of your Thermomix. Please let me know how I can help as you have questions about what you are making, okay? But otherwise, I'll be back probably tomorrow, maybe this afternoon. You just never know. Everyday surprises around here. Helping you get more out of your Thermomix. So don't be a stranger. Say hi. Remember to like, engage somehow so that the platform knows you enjoy it. Those of you on YouTube, do hit subscribe and let me know how can help you get the most out of your Thermomix. Keep an eye out for the final product picture at the very end. I'll put that up in both platforms later. But take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now, guys.